Imagination. What are you doing with your imagination today? What are you doing to grow, to be, to do, to have, to let it all come to fruition for you? I mean, come on. Imagination is amazing. And the things we do with it are unbelievable. So, what I suggest, because this is so important, when you take your imagination and you bring it to life for you, oh my gosh. You know, as a kid, you've heard me say this before, we've always had the ability to imagine, to play, to sword fights, to stick guns, to, all these fun things we did as children. Imagination is the part of your brain that is always creating. Of course, you create with your conscious brain, but when you add your imagination into that, it's more so viable for your subconscious to grab a hold of that thought, that feeling. And no, your subconscious didn't create, the sword fights you had with the stick and, the knights in the shining armor and the damsel in distress and all this fun stuff we did as children. But imagination is a fuel that we have in ourselves, in our bodies, in our minds that we can use to grow and to be and to have. It's a fuel. And when you use it as a fuel that it is, oh my gosh, it is amazing how great things come out for you. And I say this because not only do I use my imagination for myself and for what I'm creating, but I use my imagination in my work. Have you ever done that? Have you ever imagined how you wanted something to come about and how you wanted something to happen? And so you imagine it in your subconscious, or in you, actually it's your conscious brain that does the imagining. But when you imagine that you're doing something right and you're doing it this way, maybe it doesn't come out that way exactly, but you can feel it and how happy it makes you. Take that imagination and use your intuition to kind of lock it together. So when you do that, you use your imagination, you use your intuition for whatever you're creating. Maybe you want to create a certain lifestyle, maybe you want to create, a certain vacation or a trip that you want to take. Start out with it in the imagination on what you want to do and how it's going to feel. You have to lock it in with feelings, because if you don't lock in what you want, what you're imagining, if you don't lock it in with how good it makes you feel, how happy you are, then it's not going to come around so fast. It may come slowly, but let's get your imagination working. And one thing I want to tell you specifically is let go of the ego. Because you are not here to save everybody. You're not here to help everybody on the planet. You're not here to make everything right for everybody else. You're here to live your life. You're here to have experiences. You're here to have your imagination work for you. You were given this gift from God of the imagination and using it and letting it go. And maybe you're saying, well, as a kid, well, my imagination didn't work, or, I was always told I couldn't do this, or I was not happy, or, nobody would care, and all this, and blah, 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 blah. There's so much blah, 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 blah going on. That you have to let it go. Because you know what? It doesn't matter what happened years ago. If you're still holding on to what happened years ago and you haven't let that go, how are you going to move forward? How are you going to be any better if you're still fixated on what happened 20 years ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago or even a year ago? Even if it was a few months ago, if you're still holding on to that, you're never going to go any further, and everything's just going to keep going like it is. So one tip I can tell you for sure works is write your imagination life, what you imagine your life will be like, what you imagine it can be like, and what you imagine it as there, I have notes, so I don't forget anything for you guys. So write a story. Write your story. Write it in a notebook, wherever, your journal. You can even, put it in your journal. That'd be a great place to put it. So when you do that, you're fueling your imagination. You're giving it life. You're giving your story life. When you put it down on pen and paper, you are giving your story life. And there's nothing more powerful than the written word, because the written word is very powerful, whether you tend to believe it or not. It is a fact. So use your imagination, and your intuition is going to kick in there too. So be sure you ignite the intuition you get as your story is unfolding, as the life you want is becoming, and as everything is being where you want it to be and how you want it to be. So when you ignite your imagination and you follow your intuition, feel the feelings that you feel living that life. Feel how it feels to whatever you're wanting to do. Maybe you're wanting to take this awesome vacation. Maybe you like to go sit on an island and just sit there and have sweet tea, or just have, water or whatever, and just relax in the sunshine and just enjoy the time. If that is what you're envisioning, something like that, then see yourself doing it. Feel how it feels. If you attach the feeling to that, and if you do this every single day, attach the feeling to what the life is you want to have. You can't give your imagination life without feeling. Remember as a kid, running and playing and jumping and just having so much fun. You felt like you were really doing what you were playing you were doing. You felt like you were really doing that. So feel that again. I'm not telling you that you have to go jump around and, whatever, but if it makes you feel good, do it. If you can just sit back and relax and meditate and feel how that feels, or write your story. Write out the story you want to live. Write out the life you want to have. When you do this, you are giving it power, and you are using your intuition, because it's going to guide you on your story if you let it. It just depends on if you let it or not. It's up to you. But when you do this, and maybe you need an income, maybe you need to grow your business, maybe you need X amount of dollars coming in. If this is the case, then create that story around that. Create the story around the team you're building, how many sales you're getting a day, how much money you're making a day. See yourself making that. See yourself making it happen. It may not happen overnight. It may not come really super fast, but it will come. You have to keep doing it. It's a repetition. It is staying in constant contact with your conscious mind and your heart mind. Come on, don't forget, you feel from the heart. All the feelings you have comes from the heart. The heart has the feelings, the brain has the thought. The conscious brain is what is creating and is doing all this stuff for you every day, and it's what's creating as you go to sleep at night. What I do when I go to sleep, I do my gratitudes. Of course, everyone knows I do that. I do my gratitudes. Do at least 10 gratitudes that I'm grateful for my day. And then as I'm drifting off to sleep, I drift off with the lifestyle, with what I want, with what's happening for me in my life, and I create my life as I'm going off to sleep. You know how powerful this is? This is really powerful, because you go and you do this, and your subconscious is right there. Your subconscious is waiting to be released. Oh, excuse me. I have got an itchy nose today. Your subconscious is waiting to be released. And when you release it, boom, it will start creating. It will start feeding off of the energy and the feelings that you have projected. So give your imagination the feeling, use your intuition, and let the ego go. If you're looking to build your business, see it growing. See how many sales you need. See how many people you need on your team, or whatever it is you're doing. Whatever it is, get the skills you need to do. Imagine yourself getting the skills. Imagine yourself getting the training. Imagine yourself having the opportunities come to you. You may not know what opportunities you need. You may not know, and that's okay. But when you imagine, say something like, the right opportunity is coming to me. The right opportunity is here. I got it. I'm doing this, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited. When you do this, you're giving it fuel. You're giving your imagination. You're giving your intuition. You're giving yourself fuel to create and to have and to be, do, have. When you do this, and you do this repetitively, it takes discipline, and it takes repetition, consistency. That is the key. Be consistent on what you're doing. Don't ever give up. Do it every single day. Do it throughout your day. If you're working from home and you're doing stuff or whatever, just take a few minutes. It only takes 5 minutes to get yourself in the zone. And like, oh my gosh, look at how my life is unfolding. I'm going to write this in my book. Whatever works for you. But let go of the past. Let go of everything that happened 20, 30 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, even 6 months ago. Let it go. It'll hold you down. It'll keep you off the track, so to speak. So do this, and do it every day, and do it from your heart. Use your heart, because your heart's where the feeling is. The heart has the feelings, and that's where it's at, and let it shine through as you're imagining your life. You're imagining what you want. You're imagining everything coming to you. This will be a turning point for you when you do this. When you do it. Not if, when. I believe that everyone has the ability to create. I believe that it is a scientific fact that we've been given this ability. And you know, when you do, it is a great feeling when you can feel how much you've created this that you're working on, and you can see it unfolding because you are creating it as it's unfolding. It's amazing. So I leave you with that special thought today of get going, be creative, and use your imagination. Let the ego go. You're not here to help everyone. You're not. None of us are. We're meant to be here to live, to enjoy, and to give the gratitude and the greatness and the happiness we have in our hearts out to the world. Okay, I thank you so much for joining me here today for this broadcast. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is really important that we get this out there. Okay? And I do have a training for you up here. Of course, I do. I always give you something that is gold nuggets that will take you to the next level, that will keep you growing. So I know this is going to build your business, and I know for a fact when you use this system, it's amazing, or I wouldn't have gave it to you. Yeah. Okay. I will talk to you later. Have a super, super great day. And again, like and share.